Welcome everyone to Chelmsford High School Softball. This is Bruce Byam. I'm very happy to be here today. Sitting alongside of me, Athletic Director Jack Fletcher. And we're in the first inning, and this is the third batter. Ball directly back to Laura Westland, the pitcher, and it's an easy 1-2-3 inning for the Lions. And at the end of the first inning, Tyngsboro 0, the Lions coming to bat into the first half inning. We have a great afternoon of softball planned, and it looks like finally some warm weather. It feels like softball weather for a change. Lions need this victory against Tyngsboro. If they win this game, they will be 10-10 on the season. They will qualify for the Eastern Mass tournament, and that's what they're certainly looking forward to today. Tyngsboro is a non-league opponent, and they have presently 8 wins and 9 losses. And they're looking for a tournament berth as well. So it should be an interesting game. We've just gone through the first 3 batters, a pop-up to the third baseman, a strikeout, and a ground ball to the pitcher. So the Lions will be coming to bat. Laura Westland, Amy Watts, and Stephanie Clapp, the first 3 hitters for Chelmsford. We're at the Chelmsford High School field, and really looking forward to this softball game. The pitcher for Tyngsboro is Catherine Kostopoulos. And the catcher for Tyngsboro is Amy Sands. And we're ready to go with the first Lion batter, and that's Laura Westland.
Now batting for Chelmsford, the pitcher, Laura Westland.
And Laura takes an opening strike. Laura is a senior. She's had an excellent season both on the mound and with the bat, and she hits it back to the pitcher, and she's erased 1-3. So the first out for Tyngsboro. Coming to bat, Amy Watts, who's
Now
playing
batting for
second base.
Chelmsford, the second baseman, number 16, Amy Watts.
Amy swings and lines it into left field for a base hit. So the Lions have their first hit of the day, their first base runner of the day. Stephanie Clapp is coming to the bat, number 9.
Chelmsford, the number 3 hitter and right fielder, Stephanie Clapp.
Stephanie also has had a fine senior season, an excellent athlete, volleyball player. And she check swing, fouls it off, so the count is 0-1 on Stephanie. Looks down to Bruce Rich, who's showing some signs, trying to pick up the one, and has it. Head coach Bruce Rich at third base. Doc Weisfeld at first base. Stephanie hits it into center field. It's deep, and it's gone. Home run. Stephanie just knocked it out of the park. The wind picked it up a little bit, but Stephanie did the job. So home run for Stephanie Clapp puts the Lions on top by a 2-0 score. I didn't think that had the legs, Jack, when it first left the bat.
To be honest with you, I didn't think it did either, Bruce. But you know what? These are new bats, $300 bats. And they've been raving about them, and they've had them the past couple of weeks. Honest.
They ought to have some pop in them for $300. More than I pay for my golf clubs. Lauren Scarber is the batter now. 2-0 Lions.
Chelmsford, the left fielder, Lauren Scarber.
Lauren is a senior. Hits a ground ball to the third baseman, scoops it up, fires on to first, and Lauren is retired 5-3.
Now batting for Chelmsford, the designated player, Crystal Coleman.
Crystal Coleman is the designated player for the Lions, sort of like a designated hitter in baseball. Hits it single into center field by the second baseman, and she gets the third hit for the Lions.
Now batting for Chelmsford, the catcher, number 27, Megan Callahan.
Megan Callahan, the Lions catcher, stands in against the Tyngsboro pitcher, Kostopoulos, and she swings and misses. And she hits one to the third baseman again, and she's retired, 5-3. So the Lions come up with 3 hits, and they get 2 runs on the home run by Stephanie Clapp. So they lead at the end of 1 by a 2-0 score. And we'll be right back with second inning action. Okay, welcome back everyone to Chelmsford High School softball. Bruce Byam, and I'm just joined by one of the Lions players successfully getting a base hit in that first inning, Crystal Coleman. Crystal, thank you for joining us. Very nice to have you here. Crystal, you a junior?
Yeah, I'm a junior.
Okay, so you can give us all the insights into the team that we see out in front of us, right?
Yeah, it's a good team this year.
All right, we're in the top of the second inning. The Lions on top by a score of 2-0. Ashley Sands is the first baseman. I'm sorry, Amy Sands coming up to bat, the catcher for Tyngsboro High School. Looks like we have Amy and Ashley Sands. Obviously must be a sister. I don't know if they're twins. They don't seem to be.
Now batting for Tyngsboro, the number 4 hitter and catcher, Amy Sands.
What does Laura typically throw, Crystal?
This year, Laura's been throwing a lot of drops. But yeah, that's her main pitch right now. But she's also throwing high and hard. She's doing really good.
Got to have that high hard one, right?
Yeah, she always throws it in at the end, and it works a lot.
Foul ball coming straight back and out of play. It's a count of 2-1 now on Amy Sands. After that 2-0 pitch. And swing and a miss. That one sort of moved outside.
Yeah.
Nicely. And a swing and a miss. So that's her second strikeout of the day. Looked like Amy might have chased one a little bit wide that time, but good for the Lions.
The number 5 hitter, number 13, Ashley Sands.
Ashley is a first baseman. And she hits it foul ball down the third baseline. This is the first time you've played Tyngsboro this year, or have you played them before?
Yeah, we only play them once a year.
A little bit wide with that one. The count is 1-1.
No, I'm not sure.
It's a pop-up. Third baseman for the Lions comes in and makes almost made a real nice play, but when she hit the ground, the ball came out of her glove. And unfortunately, it dropped. That was Liz Dahlgren, is that correct?
She's a sophomore this year.
Sophomore, that's good to know. So a new life for Ashley outside. And it's hit down to the first baseman and takes it unassisted, and a nice play for the Lions first baseman, Crystal Wilson.
Now batting for Tyngsboro, the second baseman, number 11, Mickey Miller.
What? McKay.
And a strike called. And 2 strikes now. So Laura has her in the hole, 0-2. How's the season been for you this year?
It's good. I played the first 4 games. I pitched yesterday. But this year, Laura's been throwing really good that we just can't take her out.
Well, I can see what you mean by today. She's throwing real well. A little bit wide. It's 2-2. Tyngsboro up in the second inning. They're trailing by a 2-0 score. And that one's wide, and it's 3-2. Laura had her 0-2, but 3 straight balls. And it's hit into the air and drops just over the second base bag for a single. So the first hit, McKay Miller from Tyngsboro. This is Sam Wetzel coming up now.
The left fielder, number 16, Sam Wenzel.
it's a little bit low. Jack Tyngsboro out of the Commonwealth Athletic Conference. And he says, yes, that's correct. And a swing and a miss. So 1-1 is the count now. Tyngsboro with their first base runner. And it's fouled straight up in the air, hit straight up in the air, and Laura handled it herself. So fairly easy inning. At the end of 1.5, it's Chelmsford 2, Tyngsboro nothing. And we'll be back with the Lions' second inning of batting.
Chelmsford.
So I'm Ed McMahon, and we're signing up people for.
Yes,
yes, I am. Yeah. Mr. Murphy, Ed McMahon. We're starting up. No.
Dreams really do come true.
Hombre, dinero.
No.
Con cámaras.
Yes, Ed
con
McMahon,
cámaras.
see.
Ed McMahon.
Yes, Ed McMahon. We're having our first
Ed
ever.
McMahon.
Yes. Tuesday night at the high school. We're starting up the neighborhood watch in this area, and here's all the information.
Stevie, get down here, please.
No, it's just
5, 6, 7, 8.
No tango dinero. Neighborhood watch. We're having this neighborhood watch, the first one. Right.
Larry, put some pants on.
I'll come back.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Start a neighborhood watch. It's just one of the many ways you can help make America stronger. To find out how, call or log on for this free guide.
Welcome back. Bruce Byam along with Crystal Coleman, Chelmsford High School Lions softball. Kristen Jasinski is the shortstop, and she's going to be leading off in the second inning. Tyngsboro coach is chatting with the umpire, maybe making a substitution here. Bruce Rich, Stuart Weisfeld, and Amy Sloan, the Chelmsford softball coaches.
Kristen Jasinski.
Kristen is the shortstop for the Lions, and she looks at a strike. Kristen is a senior. And she strokes it into left field on the ground for a base hit. Put the bat on the ball and good things happen. So the Lions have their leadoff hitter on to start the second inning with Liz Dahlgren coming to the plate.
Now batting for Chelmsford, the third baseman, number 19.
You guys bunt a lot, Crystal?
Dahlgren.
We have certain people that bunt, but
Okay.
we have a really, really good hitting team this year, and Mr. Rich has been using that a lot.
0-1. 1-0, I should say. And there's the attempted bunt and fouled off. Brings the count to 1-1.
Correction, now batting for Chelmsford, number 5, Erica Spurrier.
So I had that wrong also. This is Erica Spurrier, the batter. Some special rules in softball in terms of substitution. Erica grounds it into left field past the shortstop, so the Lions are in business now with their first two batters on with singles. And this is Meredith Otto?
This is Meredith.
Okay, good.
Now batting for Chelmsford,
Don't be afraid to
the
jump in,
center
Crystal,
fielder,
if
number 32, Meredith Otto.
got the wrong players here.
Time called out by Chelmsford.
Meredith is talking now to her coach, and we may have a substitute batter.
They're putting in Jamie Whitman.
Jamie Whitman. All right, Jamie is going to hit for Meredith Otto.
Now batting, number 3, Jamie Whitman.
Jamie's one of our slappers on the team.
And what does that mean?
She's regular or righty, but she switches over to lefty and she kind of slaps at the ball.
So she's going to try to slap it past the third baseman. Is that the
Yeah.
idea? Okay. She takes a strike, runs up on the pitch a little bit, Third baseman is way in. Boy, she could almost be the catcher where she's playing, and she gets it down. Nice job, and it is thrown, and the out is made at third base. So a nice attempt, but Tyngsboro executed that play very nicely with the shortstop covering. So a fielder's choice. Pitcher to the shortstop covering third base. And the next scheduled batter for the Lions is Carolyn Wilson. Let's see if, in fact, that is.
Nope, that's Laura Westland.
That's just
Now batting
Laura
for
Westland?
Chelmsford,
I'm DHing for
the
her.
number
Okay.
one hitter and pitcher, Laura Westland.
Laura grounded out to the pitcher. Her first time up in the first inning. 2 runners on for Chelmsford, and Laura fouls it off. Chelmsford leading by a score of 2-0. Good-looking pitch there, so that was good strike call by the umpire. 0-2 now. Laura in a hole a little bit. Lions had their first 2 hitters on base with singles, and it's hit to the pitcher. She picks it up, and that's twice now that Laura has gone to the pitcher. So there's 2 outs, but the runners move up, second and third.
Now batting for Chelmsford, the number 2 hitter, second baseman, Amy Watts.
Amy had a single her first time up, and a single now would really be helpful to the Lions. Takes a pitch high and away. Wind is blowing out towards center field. And it's a little bit inside. 2-0 now. It's hit to the shortstop, makes a nice play, fires to first, and the Lions are retired. So nice job by the Tyngsboro pitcher to come back
At the end of 2,
and get the Lions out in the second inning. So at the end of 2, it's Chelmsford ahead by a 2-0 score, and we'll be right back. Welcome back to the third inning. Bruce Byam and Crystal Coleman. Jack Fletcher sitting alongside doing the PA work today.
now batting for
This is
Tyngsboro,
Allison
the right
Chisholm.
fielder, number 9, Allison Chisholm.
The leadoff hitter in the third inning for Tyngsboro. First pitch by Laura Westland is a swing and a miss. And check swing, so it's 1-1. Able to just lay off that pitch low and away. And it's hit into center field for a base hit. Very similar pitch, but this time Allison Chisholm was able to stay with it and single into center field.
Now batting for Tyngsboro, the third baseman, number 15, Caitlin Sheehan.
Caitlin Sheehan, the Tyngsboro batter. And throw it, almost Lions try to pick off play that time where the second baseman came over to cover, but Tyngsboro not far enough off the base to make that work. Swing and a miss. Is that something that you guys have practiced?
Yeah, we that's one of our Wilson watch out for the little one. We call that, and Megan throws it down to first.
I see. 2-1 now is the count on Caitlin Sheehan. And a swing and a miss, fouled off. One ball, 2 strikes. And Laura gets her for her third strikeout of the day, I believe. Let's check that. Yep, 3 strikeouts for Laura.
Now batting for Tyngsboro,
So there's 1 out in the third
number
inning.
1 hitter and pitcher, Catherine Kostopoulos.
Catherine hits it.
Good try.
Almost caught by the second baseman for the Lions. Good try out there at second base by Amy Watts, but Tyngsboro has 2 runners on now, first and second with 1 out.
Now batting for Tyngsboro, the center fielder, number 10, Ashley DiLiberto.
Ashley DiLiberto is the batter, and she takes a strike. Tyngsboro mounting a little bit of a rally here now in the 3rd inning on a couple of singles. Shows bunt and doesn't offer, so it's 1-1. It's too bad we have some breaks in between innings, because you fans at home are missing some great music entertainment here at the high school field. 1-2 is the count on Ashley DiLiberto. A little bit outside and high, maybe. And that one's a little bit low, so that makes the count 3-2, I believe. Strength of your team this year, you would say, Crystal? Hitting?
We our strength is probably hitting, definitely. We're very good at that, but our infield is amazing, and our outfield. We have a really good team this year.
The 4th strikeout of the day for Laura Westland, and a big strikeout there. 2 outs now. The 3rd place hitter in the lineup for Tyngsboro, Tanya Doran. Tanya hit it back to the pitcher her first time up. She's 0 for 1. And she fouls it straight back, and it's 1-1. Ashley has given up 3 hits, but she's scattered them a little bit so far and needs an out here. I'm sorry, Laura has given up 3 hits. And a good pitch there. That one was really tough to hit. 1-2. And swing and a miss, and the Lions have retired Tyngsboro in the 3rd inning to keep the game 2-0 in favor of Chelmsford. So we're rolling along here, and we'll be right back after these important words. Back, Bruce Byam and Jack Fletcher. Crystal Coleman may bat this inning, so she's left the announcer's booth for a couple of moments. Stephanie Clapp is coming to the plate.
Now batting for Chelmsford, the number 3
Stephanie
hitter,
hit a home run her first time up.
Stephanie Clapp.
She's the reason that the Lions are ahead in this game, 2-0 at the moment. To dead straight center field, and she hits another high fly, this one down the left field line, and the left fielder makes the catch. So Stephanie's right on the ball. And that's the first out of the 3rd inning.
Now batting for Chelmsford, the number 4 hitter and left fielder, Lauren Scarber.
This is Lauren Scarber, our left fielder, and Lauren hits it slowly to the 3rd baseman. She scoops it, fires to first, and in 2 pitches, there are 2 outs in the 3rd inning. 3rd baseman's been busy for Tyngsboro. The Lions maybe should try someone else.
Hitter and designated player, Crystal Coleman.
This is our part-time announcer, Crystal Coleman. She had a single her first time up.
Did she bat lefty last time?
What?
Did she bat lefty last time?
I think so. Crystal hitting left-handed. And she strokes it in 2 for 2. Strokes it into right field. And she has her 2nd hit. I think this announcing stuff must agree with Crystal, because she's 2 for 2. She promised to come back even if she made an out, so it's going to be nice she doesn't have to. Lions going after that first pitch.
Now batting for Chelmsford, the catcher, number 27, Megan Callahan.
This is Megan Callahan, our catcher. Megan hit a ground ball to the 3rd baseman. She's 0 for 1. And high and away, 2 outs, a runner on first base. We're in the last of the 3rd inning with the Lions on top 2-0. That one's high also, so it's 2-0. Three and 0 now. May have the take a pitch sign here. I hated that take a pitch sign, Coach.
No, that was like a
That's right. Coach.
Never a player's
Right.
fault.
Players wanted to hit 3-0. And it's, nevertheless, it's ball 4, so it's a walk. Lions have 2 base runners now. And we're going to have a runner for Crystal Coleman. Looks like number 4 for the Lions.
Now running for Chelmsford, number 4, Paige Tucker.
And that's Paige Tucker going down to second base, and we also have a runner at first base for the
Also
Lions.
running for Chelmsford, at first base, number 2, Shannon Brody.
So in softball, you can have what are called
Now
courtesy
batting for
runners.
Chelmsford, the
Pick-
shortstop,
pick
number
up a
8,
little speed.
Kristen Jasinski.
Crystal Jasinski is the batter. Crystal, her first time up, had a single. So we have some more speed on the base paths for the Lions. What started out with as a very comfortable inning for Tyngsboro is the Lions now have 2 runners on base. They had 2 pitches and 2 outs. And it's now 2-0. That's 6 in a row that have been wide.
Now, were you a natural lefty?
After getting that base hit, her second of the game, Crystal's back. 7 balls in a row now. A little bit of wildness for the Tyngsboro pitcher, Catherine Kostopoulos. Probably another take sign on 3-0. And it is, and it's a strike. So it's 3-1. Kristen Jasinski. And it's high and away, so the Lions now have the bases loaded, courtesy of a single and 2 walks. Erica Spurrier is coming to
Now
bat for the
batting
Lions.
Chelmsford, number 5, Erica Spurrier.
So a base hit now would really help the Lion cause. Bases loaded, 2 outs.
Now, is there any limit to the number of substitutions you can have?
Limit to substitutions, Crystal?
Yeah, you can only enter the game twice, and yeah, once you go in twice, you can't go back in, but you can keep switching the position up.
So you can re-enter 2 times, and
Yes.
that's it, huh?
Like, this is Erica's second at bat.
Yeah, this will be Erica's probably last time able to go into the game, fielding or hitting.
We have a discussion now with the Tyngsboro coach and the home plate umpire. I think, just guessing, but I think it has something to do with substitutions.
How would you like to keep that one?
Boy. Jack Fletcher just made a very good point. How would you like to be responsible for keeping track of all these substitutions, players? That's a statistician's nightmare, isn't it? Yeah.
I think we're seeing that right now.
Yes. A little bit of a pause here now. I think we have it squared away. And we're ready to go. So the Lions with the bases loaded, 2 outs, bottom of the 3rd inning, leading 2-0. And it's a strike. Erica taking strike 1. And that's a real nice pitch that time by Kostopoulos. 2 strikes. And she strokes it into center field. Coming on, the center fielder drops it. The Lions have 1 run. The Lions have 2 runs. And it's a 2-run single for Erica Spurrier. I think single. Where do we score that? Maybe a catchable ball.
Don't you hate when it hits the glove?
Yeah, I think being a little generous, but Erica, Mr. Fletcher just took that hit away from you. The Lions have 2 runs.
The center fielder, number 32, Meredith Otto.
Meredith Otto. So the Lions get a little bit of a gift there. Meredith Otto is the batter. Erica slaps it to the shortstop. She picks it up, fires the first, and that's the end of the third inning. But the Lions break through with 2 more runs to lead by a score of 4-0 at the end of 3.
The end of 3, the score, Chelmsford 4.
And we're going to cut away for a short time. I'm Crystal Coleman, Jack Fletcher back, Chelmsford High School softball. Lions leading 4-0. We're in the top of the 4th inning. Laura Westland pitching a 2-hitter so far, doing a nice job on the mound. Tyngsboro coach still talking to the, once again talking to the home plate umpire. And waiting to hit is Amy Sands. And we're going to discuss this one more time. Nope, she's going down to coach third base. My mistake.
Now batting for Tyngsboro, the number 4 hitter and catcher, Amy Sands.
Amy struck out her first time at bat back in the 2nd inning. And she whacks it into center field for a base hit. So she's 1 for 2. Just out of the reach of the Lions' second baseman.
Now batting for
Amy
Tyngsboro,
Watts.
the number 5 hitter and first baseman, Ashley Sands.
Ashley Sands swings and fouls it straight back. That was Tyngsboro's 3rd hit of the day in the 4th inning. Pitching your favorite position, Crystal?
Yeah, pitch is my only position.
And again, foul straight back. So it's 0-2.
Now, Crystal, do you do a lot of off-season stuff? You must be in the gyms in the wintertime and that stuff, huh?
Yeah, I do. I go to UMass Lowell. I have Coach Paul. He helps me out 2 times a week usually. And then I also do batting cages a lot.
And the Lions get a double play. Great play by Amy Watts. Picked up the ball, tagged the runner, Sands, and threw to first base to complete the double play. So a nice 4-3 unassisted double play.
The second baseman, McKay Miller.
This is McKay Miller, who is the second baseman. So that pitch, one pitch, you get 2 outs, and that helped Laura immensely. Swing and a miss. That's the 2nd strike. Laura looking to pick up her 4th strikeout of the day. Actually, her 5th of the day. And, ooh, that looked good. 1-2 is the count. Everybody into the metal bats. And swing and a miss. There's strikeout number 5. And the Lions come to bat in the bottom of the 4th on top by a score of 4-0. And we'll be back with Chelmsford's offense. This is Laura Westland coming up in the 4th inning, her 3rd at bat. And she strokes it to the shortstop. Fires on to first, and it's low, and Laura is headed down to second base. So on an error, shortstop a little bit low and wide. So Laura reaches base on an E6. So she's on second with nobody out.
Now batting for Chelmsford, the number 2 hitter, second baseman, Amy Watts.
And Laura is replaced on second base by number 24. This is Amy Watts.
Pitch running for Chelmsford, number 24, Allison Roach.
Allison Roach is the runner. Amy Watts is the batter. I could see Jerry Remy doing one of these games. He would be jumping out of the booth, I think. Strike 1 to Amy Watts. Jack just made a good point. The traditionalists in the world of sports would have a tough time with this. And Amy belts it into left
Right in
center,
the
and it
gap.
drops. And I think, yeah, she held up at Lions will hold the runner at third, so Amy gets a single. This
Now
brings
batting
up
for
Stephanie Clapp.
Clemson, the number 3 hitter and right fielder, Stephanie Clapp.
Stephanie in the first inning hit a 2-run homer and flied to left field her last time at bat. She's on with no outs, runners on first and third. She shows bunt and down to second base on the pitch. So that's runners now on second and third. And she whacks it into left center field, and it's a hit. And the Lions are going to score a run here. So Stephanie is 2 for 3. A line drive into left center field. And the Lions have their 5th run of the game.
Now batting for Chelmsford, the number 4 hitter and left fielder, Lauren Scarber.
Lauren Scarber shows bunt, gets it down. Good bunt this time. Fire to first, and just out is Lauren at first, but the sacrifice works. She moves the runners up at second and third now with 1 out. And Crystal Coleman, who has contributed 2 singles to the Lions' cause, is now the batter. Crystal belts it into center field, left center field, and it's a base hit. Lions pick up 1 more run. Here comes the second one, and she scores standing up, so the Lions add 2 more. So that's 3 now in the bottom of the 4th inning for a 7-0 score.
Now batting for Chelmsford, the catcher, number 27, Megan Callahan.
3 for 3 is our guest analyst, Kristen Coleman. Yeah, I know. And she swings and whacks it into left field and making a real nice catch out there, the left fielder. That was a well-hit ball, but left fielder made a nice catch for Tyngsboro.
Almost looked like it was going to get away from her for a little while there, Bruce.
It did. So she has 0 for 2 now with a walk and a ground out.
Now batting for Chelmsford, the shortstop, number 8, Kristen Jasinski.
Christian Zazinski, the shortstop. Kristen has walked and singled. And she hits another single into left field, and the Lions move up a base. Coleman goes to second. Jasinski on her 2nd hit of the day. Lions
Pinch
now
running for Chelmsford,
have 10
number
hits.
4, Paige Tucker.
Paige Tucker, the pinch runner. And that's 10 hits in 3 2/3 innings for the Lions.
Those new bats are really paying off, Bruce.
That's
You know,
paying
we
off.
have,
They're going to be asking you for more new bats, I think, for the.
$900 worth of bats. I don't know.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I didn't pay that much for my golf clubs, so I.
I've bought cars for less than
Yes,
that.
yeah, I know you have. I've driven them. Oh boy, that's a long story, folks. We don't have time for that. But trust me, he's right.
Not a clutch man.
No,
Bruce,
not in
a
the clutch,
man
that's
at
for
all.
sure. Lions have substituted another base runner, and they have runners on first and second. 2 out in the 4th inning.
Now batting for Chelmsford, number 11, Melanie Bresnick.
Nice going. And it's foul straight back. This is working really well for Crystal. 3 for 3. Is this your best start of the season, Crystal?
No, I mean, it's not bad, but I'm usually like a single base hitter.
Well, you've certainly done that today very nicely. And it's a spinning hit to the second baseman, and she just ran past it. I don't know whether she didn't see it correctly or.
I think
maybe
they got her an interference.
they called interference. Is that what they
Yeah.
called? Interference on the base runner. So the inning is over. a very successful inning for the Lions. They pick up 3 runs, and we'll be right back.
Top of the 5th inning now, with the Lions on top at 7-0. Laura Westland on the mound, and she's had a very impressive 5 strikeout outings.
Given up 4 hits to this point, but she's very much in control and on the front end of a 7-0 lead.
Leading off from the top of the 5th inning for Tyngsboro, the left fielder, number 16, Sam Wetzel.
This is the left fielder who made a nice catch in the last inning. Sam Wetzel coming to bat, the left fielder. The last out in that last inning was an interference call. It swings and hits a single into left field. So Wentzel has a single. She previously was put out by the pitcher. She hit it, so she's 1 for 2.
Now batting for Tyngsboro,
This is
the right
Allison
fielder,
Chisholm.
Allison Chisholm.
She struck out her last time at bat. So Tyngsboro trying to get their way back into this thing in the 5th inning. And a little bit low now. It's 2-0. And that's a good strike. Coming back on the 2-0 pitch. Any defensive changes that have happened out there, Crystal, that you notice?
Yes, we have Wickus at 3rd now. She's a sophomore.
Okay.
I think that's all so far.
Okay. And swing and a miss, and it's another K for Laura Westland.
Now batting for Tyngsboro, the 3rd baseman, number 15, Caitlin Sheehan.
That's her 6th strikeout of the day.
Now, Crystal, how much easier is it?
Swing and a miss.
Is it easier to pitch when you got a lead like this?
Yeah, you feel you're definitely more comfortable, and it's in the batters get down with themselves, so it's a lot easier, I think.
Kristen's talking about pitching with the lead and talking about the fact that I think the batters do get discouraged a little bit.
But what do you tend to work on when you're in a situation like this? Do you start working on different pitches or location or what?
Probably location. When we're in this lead and we have these kind of batters up, I really don't use the changeup at all because it's kind of giving them easy pitchers to hit. But we usually do location and inside pitches usually.
What got you starting in pitching, Crystal?
Freshman year, I wanted to try out, and I really wasn't. I was afraid of the ball at that point, so I thought if I am a pitcher, I don't really have to field it that much. So, but now I'm coming to learn that it's not like that at all, because bunts and stuff like that, you have to run in and you have to make those throws.
You haven't talked with Matt Clement lately, I take it.
No.
Poor Matt's been a battering. He's been a target out there on the pitcher's mound lately for the Red Sox. 1 out, 5th inning. Lions on top, 7-0, and a first caught-looking strikeout for Laura, and that's her 7th of the
Now
game.
batting for Tyngsboro, the leadoff hitter and pitcher, Catherine Kostopoulos.
Kostopoulos has grounded to the 3rd baseman and singled in her 2 times at bat. Anyone else pitch, Crystal, besides you and Laura?
We have Marcy down on JV, but when Laura was injured at the beginning of the season, she was up here with us,
I
but
see.
she'll be with us next year.
That's a strike. 2 outs, last of the top of the 5th, and it's a foul ball. So 2 strikes on the batter, and this is Laura's opposing pitcher, Catherine Kostopoulos. Catherine looks like a hitter up there. And she grounds it back to Laura. Laura looked at second, but takes the easy one to first, and that retires the side. And Tyngsboro again scoreless in the 5th inning with the Lions coming to bat, and we'll be back
Going into the bottom of the
after
5th
this
inning,
break.
The score, Chelmsford 7, Tyngsboro 0.
Okay, we're back for the bottom of the 5th. I'm Bruce Byam, Crystal Coleman, Jack Fletcher, and the Lions enjoy a 7-0 lead. This is Kristen Jasinski, the shortstop. She has 2 hits and a walk, so she's perfect 2 for 2 on the day.
I think this is Brittany Wickus up at bat.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
I think he might have done another switch.
Yep. Okay.
Now batting for Chelmsford, the second number 6, third baseman Brittany Witkus.
That's not fair. 2 number 6s on the team. That's what happened. That's what, Crystal. That's why we have you here to keep us on our toes. Takes a strike.
Yeah, I think like they switch it up.
To the, it's a little bit late on the throw, so it's safe. I think she would have beaten that regardless of a successful throw.
Now batting for Chelmsford, number 2, Shannon Brody.
Shannon Brody steps in left-handed.
I think she's gonna slap.
Slap hitter, possibly?
Yes.
Okay.
Shannon can also hit righty too, so he might switch her up.
Really? Because you can go switch hits? That's a nice ability to have.
Oh, definitely.
She does run up on the pitch, but takes a strike. I think that was my problem in baseball, Crystal. I should have been a left-hander, and they kept making me hit righty.
I don't think I could switch sides. I think that's hard.
Very difficult for me, certainly. It would have been impossible. And nice bunt, drags it down, the pitcher handles it, throws the first, and the sacrifice works.
Come on, Laura. You relax. Set it now. Let's get out of here. Hit it hard.
Close play at first base, but the out, and this is Laura Westland, the batter. Laura bangs it past the third baseman into left field, and moving up to third base,
Brittany Wickus.
Brittany Wickets. So the Lions have a first and third situation
Now
with one out.
for Chelmsford, the number 2 hitter, second baseman Amy Watts.
Amy is 2 for 3 on the day.
Pinch running for Chelmsford, number 24, Allison Roach.
Give the pitcher a little bit of a break, and Allison Roach takes over at first base. So Amy Watts stands in and slings and bangs it into center field for the base hit. And the center fielder juggles it a little bit, and on to third base is Roach, and down to second base is Watts with her 3rd hit of the day. And just who Tyngsboro doesn't want at the plate, Stephanie Clapp, who is 2 for 3, hit the ball hard each time. The first one was a home run to almost straightaway center field. And she hits it high and far to left field. Left fielder looking, and it's gone right over the fence, and the left fielder over the fence, a 3-run homer. She looks to be fine, and she is, but crashed through the fence, and 2 home runs on the day.
That's Stephanie Clapp's 3rd home run of the season.
3rd of the season.
Yes.
Thank you, Crystal. And she's driven in 5 runs now. I can see the budget on bats now. It's just gonna break the bank. Mr. Fletcher is going to be fundraising for bats. There's no question about it. Put the fence back together beautifully. 3 runs for the Lions. They lead now by a score of 10-0. And Tyngsboro kind of shocked here. They've only had 1 inning where Chelmsford did not score, being the 2nd inning. I'm sorry, I have, you're right, it's 11-0. Yes, they scored a run earlier and a 3-run homer there. So it's 11-0. All right, Crystal, who's stepping in?
We have Lauren Scarber from left field.
Okay. Lauren fouls it off. Lauren has sacrificed and grounded out to the third baseman twice. 0 for 2. And takes a pitch outside.
Now batting for Chelmsford, the number 4 hitter and left fielder, Lauren Scarber.
If the Lady Lions hold on, as they appear that they're going to, they will qualify for the state tournament, as they have done regularly over the past many years. And she hits a stinging single into left field. So Lauren is on the hit list with her first hit of the day. They pinch hitting for you, Crystal?
Yeah.
3 for 3, they're going to pinch hit?
I know.
My
Now
goodness.
batting for Chelmsford, the first baseman, number 7, Carolyn Wilson.
Carolyn Wilson, the first baseman. And Crystal, 3 for 3, and it's not enough. We're going to have to talk to that coach over there. Pardon me? Very astutely pointed out by Mr. Fletcher, we need a full-time statistician in this game, especially one where the runs are fast and furious here. Well, it's keeping Stu Weisfeld awake down there at first base. He's had some action today in the game. Heckle him a little bit, yeah. Now, if this were Little League, wouldn't he have to wear a helmet down there?
Not so sure. He shouldn't have one.
That was my point. I thought maybe we should get him one. Swing and a miss for strike 1. And it's a high pop-up, and it's going to come out of play over by our truck. Chelmsford Telemedia, once again, outstanding camera coverage, bringing you this softball action.
Go, Carolyn. Come on, Carolyn.
And Carolyn hits it to the shortstop, slowly fires onto first, and gets the out. Another close play at first base. So the second out
Now batting for Chelmsford,
of the inning.
the catcher, number 27, Megan Callahan.
This is our catcher, Megan Callahan. Megan is 0 for 2 with a walk. Lions have a runner at second base, and Megan takes a strike. Megan fouls it off, so it's 0-2. Megan, a junior?
Megan's a junior this year.
She's a senior also?
Oh, no, she's junior.
Junior. So there are some people coming back for next year's team.
Oh, yeah, we have 6 girls coming back.
Very good. Tried a little off-speed pitch there and got away from the catcher. So it's a count of 1-2. The bounce is certainly a little bit out of the Tyngsboro step here, and you can understand why. And she hits a high fly ball left field. Under it is the left fielder, and she puts it away for the out, and that retires the side. The Lions pick up 4 runs, and they now have an 11-0 lead at the end of 5. We'll be right back. We are back. Bruce Byam, Crystal Coleman, Chelmsford Lion softball, Laura Westland on the mound. 7 strikeouts, giving up only 4 hits in 5 innings. We're in the top of the 6th, and Chelmsford has a commanding 11-0 lead.
Now batting for Chelmsford, for Tyngsboro, the number 2 hitter and center fielder, Ashley DiLiberto.
Ashley is the center fielder, and she's had a busy day out there with a lot of base hits to shag down. She's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts on the day. Ashley swings and misses. And she bunts it, and it's a foul ball. So she's down 0-2. Didn't quite get that one out far enough.
Maybe not. You guys.
Before the game today, Jack Fletcher was kidding the coaches about their tournament streak and their contracts possibly being in jeopardy here, but all in good fun. 0-2. I don't think you could find anybody who could keep track of all this, to tell you the truth. You'd need a real veteran. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
I'm sure at that high-level softball, you must see kids coming in and out. Those tournaments you go to in the summertime, really zapping them in and out.
Being able to substitute, you're absolutely right, Jack, is a very key part of the strategy of this game, and be able to know how to manage your players.
Mr. Rich usually uses every player every
Does he?
game.
That's great.
If it's for running, batting, fielding, usually gets everyone in.
The 3rd strikeout of the day for Ashley DiLiberto, and the 8th
The
strikeout
number 3 hitter and shortstop
for Laura
Tanya
Westland.
Doran.
Tanya Doran takes a pitch a little bit high for ball 1. And it's low and almost got up over the backstop. 2-0. What was Laura's injury earlier this season?
She had I think she had a double sprain in her ankle from basketball.
I see. 3-0. Laura has, up to this point, not walked a batter in this game. And she throws a strike right down the middle. And it's hit to the shortstop, snags it, fires, and safe. Nice try. Laura almost was able to snag that. And not beating that out for a hit was Doran.
Now batting for Tyngsboro, the number 4 hitter and catcher, Amy Sands.
That's their 5th hit of the day, all singles. Amy Sands stands in and takes ball 1. And a little bit high. Laura threw that hard, but high and hard. Swing on the 2-0 pitch, and it's 2-1, foul ball. Like playing here better than up at Southwell, or?
I like Southwell's. It's a night game, so
Yep.
those are better for like after school wise.
Yep.
And
Nice place to play. 2-0. The only thing wrong with Southwell is mosquitoes.
yeah, those are the
They
worst.
can be ferocious up there. 3-2 now on Amy Sands. Swings and hits a foul ball out of play on the right side. Another foul. This one's straight back. First baseman makes the catch. That's Carolyn Wilson. Is that who that is?
Yep.
First baseman. So a pop up to the first baseman by Amy
Now batting
Sands.
for Tyngsboro, the first baseman, number 13, Ashley Sands.
Ashley Sands is 0 for 2. She has grounded out to the second baseman twice. One of them a double play. 2 outs in the 6th inning. We play 7 in high school softball. A little bit high. And it's hit deep to the shortstop. Tried it second, go to first, and it's high and safe. And over to third goes Doran. So that's a single for Sands. That's the 6th hit of the day.
Now batting for Tyngsboro, the second baseman, number 11, McKay Miller.
McKay Miller steps in, the second baseman, and she has a single and a strikeout. Going to second base is Sands, uncontested on the play. Pretty much a given if there's a runner on third, they go to second. Right, Crystal?
Yep.
Do you have any plays that counter that?
How many plays do we have? Mr. Rich has a bunch of them. He has a lot of plays. We have like maroon, black, 1, 2, 3, 4.
They all mean different things?
Yeah.
I'm sure he has it written down on paper.
Yeah. I'm sure. No, he doesn't. Surprise.
Nice inside strike to McKay Miller. And down to first with the first walk of the day. Bases loaded now for
Now
Tyngsboro.
batting for Tyngsboro, the left fielder, number 16, Sam Wenzel.
Wenzel is 1 for 2 on the day with a single. Laura struggling just a little bit in this inning, maybe tiring slightly. She does have a big lead, maybe a little bit more difficult to keep her concentration. Hit out into right field, and this is a base hit, and it's going to score a run, and it's going to score 2 runs. So a 2-run single for Wenzel, and Tyngsboro is on the board with their first 2 runs of the day. Nice job of hitting that time by Wenzel into right field. This is Allison Chisholm, the batter.
Now batting for Tyngsboro, the right fielder, number
2 outs.
9, Allison Chisholm.
And it's a strike. And it's 2 strikes. Foul back. They go away with that one, trying to get Allison to chase, but she doesn't. 1 and 2. And she does that time, and that's the 3rd out and a strikeout, and the 9th strikeout for Laura Westland.
Going into the bottom of the 6th inning.
So at the end of 6,
The score, Chelmsford 11,
11 to
Tyngsboro
2. Chelmsford coming to bat, and we'll be right back. Welcome back to Lady Lions softball. Last of the 6th inning. Chelmsford Lions leading by a score of 11 to 2. And we're having a lineup change here one more time. Who is this one, Crystal?
This is Christian Jasinski.
This is Jasinski,
Leading
okay.
off from the bottom of the 6th inning, the shortstop, number 8, Kristen Jasinski.
She is 2 for 3 on the day. Crystal Coleman, Jack Fletcher, Bruce Byam. Very pleased to be bringing you this game today. Very comfortable day. Not too many of these during the season, but this is a real nice one. Jasinski hits a high fly. Center fielder is back and makes the catch. So Kristen almost had one out of here, but not quite enough.
Now batting for Chelmsford, number 11, Melanie Bresnick.
Melanie Bresnick is the batter. It's her first plate appearance. Fouls it off.
she in the field?
Yeah, Mel's she has a shoulder injury and she can't play for the rest of the season, so she's batting now. So
What is her normal position?
third base.
Third base.
We have like four third
Uh-huh.
basemen.
Yep. That's outside, evens the count at 1-1. We're in the last of the 6th inning. And she strokes it nicely. Shortstop knocks it down, but not able to make the play, so it's a single. Lions have another hit. They have 16 hits on the day.
Now batting for Chelmsford, number 2, Shannon Brody.
This is Shannon Brody back up. Shannon batting right-handed this time, as Crystal said. She can go on left to the right side of the plate.
Now, where is her normal? Is she a normal, a right-handed batter?
Shannon's a normal right-handed batter, yeah.
Now, where do you learn that slap stuff? Summertime softball?
Our freshman year, my freshman year, we had a coach, Laura Fleming. She started like in the Chelmsford program, and Mr. Rich really liked it, so he started having the other freshman coaches coach it.
And that's where you picked it up as a freshman?
Yeah.
Now, I remember your freshman year, you were slapping and bunting.
Yeah, we, out of like 9 girls, I think 7 of the girls slapped or bunted. There was only 2 people, me and Michelle Peralt, who hit the ball.
You must have driven the third baseman nuts. 2 strikes. And call strike 3. So the first out
Now
of
batting
the
for Chelmsford, the leadoff hitter
6th
and
inning.
pitcher, Laura Westland.
This is Laura Westland. She has a hit. Reached on an error. And that one's behind the catcher. Now I noticed that the runner on first base didn't go then. Is that because of the score of the game?
Yeah, Mr.
Right.
Rich usually holds
Right.
us.
Good policy. 2-0. A little bit low, but called a strike. And she slams it into right center field for the base hit. Taking third on the play for the Lions. And Laura gets her 2nd hit of the day, so she's pitched well, she's hit well. With 1 out, the
Now
Lions
batting
have
for
runners on
Chelmsford,
first
the
and
number 2
third.
hitter and second baseman, Amy Watts.
Amy is 3 for 4 on the day, and we're going to have a pinch runner. She's done this before, number 24 for the
Now
Lions.
running for
Allie
Chelmsford,
Roach, she's,
number 24,
she comes up for us all the
Allison
time.
Roach.
Mhm. Amy takes ball 1. And that's 3-0 now. And I'm guessing she's got the hit sign this time. And she does, and she spanks it into left field, and it's in for a hit. 1 run scores. It's Roach to third base, and Miss Watts with her 4th hit of the day. The Lions pick up a run to lead 12-2.
Now batting for Chelmsford, the number 3 hitter and right fielder, Stephanie Clapp.
Stephanie with 2 home runs on the day. And she hits a high pop-up toward the shortstop. And
close.
just got underneath that one, and the out is recorded. So we're going to jump to the top of the 7th inning and possibly the last inning of this game. We'll take a break and be back. Welcome back for what we hope will be the last inning. We're in the top of the 7th. Leading off for Tyngsboro is Caitlin Sheehan. The Lions have been very impressive offensively today. They have
Now batting for
18
Tyngsboro, the right
hits,
fielder, number 9,
2 home runs
Allison
by
Chisholm.
Stephanie Clapp, and just an all-around very fine performance. Laura Westland pitching very well. She has 8 strikeouts. Caitlin Sheehan has struck out twice on the day. Ooh, straight back. I was ready to make the play on that, and Coach Fletcher just pushed me aside when I was just about to make that play. 1-2 on the batter, Sheehan. And Coach Fletcher just informed us that Tyngsboro they need to win 2 games. They have 2 left after today. And straight back again, foul ball. They had played Tyngsboro. They play Billerica and Minuteman. So Billerica, I think, will be tough. They seem to have found a pitcher over there that has been impressive. A little high. 2-2 the count.
Of course, I think they probably played a little tougher against us the second time after we
Shellacked them the first time. And the 9th strikeout of the day for Laura. What's your best strikeout performance?
I actually don't know. I can
Don't
never
keep track, right?
Yeah, I'm just like
Good for
so
you.
into the game. I can't.
Good for you.
Now batting for Tyngsboro, the number 1 hitter and pitcher, Catherine Kostopoulos.
Kostopoulos is their pitcher, leadoff hitter. She has a hit in 2 plate appearances, so she's 1 for 2. One out. 1 out, 2 to go for the Lions. And a little bit high now is Laura. And that's a strike. So it's 2 balls and a strike. And it's hit over the first base bag, and it's a foul ball. So just missed by about a yard down there on the right field line. And Kostopoulos comes back. And she hits it that way again to the second baseman, picks it up nicely, throws to first. And that is the 2nd out. Kostopoulos out 4-3.
Now batting for Tyngsboro, the number 2 hitter and center fielder, Ashley DiLiberto.
DiLiberto is the center fielder, and she tries to bunt. Strike 1. Ashley has had a tough day at the plate. She's struck out 3 times today. I'm sure she'd like to end this with a single. And she slaps it to the third baseman, kicks it a little bit, and holds on to it. And Ashley reaches on an error.
Mr. Rich has re-entered Melanie Bresnik, number 11, the third baseman.
Melanie's okay.
Now batting for Tyngsboro, the
This
number
is
3
Tanya
hitter
Doran.
and shortstop, Tanya Doran.
And she fouls it straight back. Lions need an out, and they move on to play in the Eastern Mass Division I state tournament. They're leading in this one by a score of 12-2. And swing and a miss. Tanya has a single in 3 plate appearances. And she hits it slowly to the third baseman. And because of her shoulder injury, she doesn't make the throw. Is that correct?
Yeah.
So we'll give her fielder's choice on that
Now
play.
batting for Tyngsboro, the number 4 hitter and catcher, Amy Sands.
Amy Sands has a single in 3 plate appearances. So obviously her shoulder injury affects her throwing ability.
Yeah, she hasn't been throwing for a while overhand at all.
Back to the pitcher. This might be it. Laura knocks it down, picks it up, and throws to first, and this ball game is over. And the Lions win it by a score of 12-2. I want to thank Crystal Coleman for a real nice
Final
job.
score,
I want to thank, obviously, Jack
12-2
Fletcher for his insight.
Chelmsford.
The Lions move on
Good
now
luck
to
to the
play
Lions
in
as
the
they
Eastern Mass Tournament.
Go into the tournament next week. Good
And
luck
that will
to
be next
Tyngsboro
week.
as they have 2 more games to play.
So a very convincing performance by
girls, for a
Chelmsford.
great
9
performance.
strikeouts for Laura Westland, a couple of home runs for Stephanie Clapp, 18 hits in all. You can't ask for too much more than that. It's a good way to go into the tournament, and we wish them well. And it's been a privilege and a pleasure as always. Thank you to Chelmsford Telemedia under the direction of Mr. Tom Peterson. This is Bruce Byam. Thank you so much for joining us, and we look forward to another event coming up soon. Thank you, everyone.